I can get down and try, work it all out this lifetime, work it on out this time. I can let it all pass me by.
Hey y'all. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Happy Thursday. We are back to talk Imperfect Women, the brand new Apple TV show that premiered last week. We're here to discuss these first 3 episodes and our thoughts thus far. But y'all see them, y'all love them. Not here to do this by ourselves. And I'm going to start with Stranger because we haven't seen him in quite a while over here in these streets. So Dom, introduce yourself to the people because we have some new people that have been around since you've last been here. Let the people know who you are and are you ready to get into it and how have you been? Give us a little update.
What's going on, y'all? It's cinematic pain on all the things, and I haven't been that far. I've been in the Discord, and I ain't been too far. I've just been a shadow in the corner for a while, but I primarily be on TikTok making the internet mad with my my rightness. People just get so diminished by me being right all the time, and they feel the need to comment. And I'm still doing it over on TikTok, Cinematic Pain. We just have a good old time debating on how right I
am. I know the feeling, Dom. I hate being right so much.
It's a burden. It's a burden.
At times. Tyra, over at Struggle Review, how are you today? And are you ready to get into these Imperfect Women?
Girl, I'm fabulous. And yes, I am. Because don't let your best friend keep you from her husband. You go and live your best life and you sleep with that man, okay? It don't matter. You go lay down with that man. Live your best life. Absolutely. Yeah, do the right thing.
Hey, Kwana, it's so good to see you, boo. She says, hey, Ty, Dom, and Ashley. I'm watching the show, too. Just got my access last night. I know that's right. Go on over there and check out these 3 Imperfect Women. But we're going to get into it. I came with slides, so we have some things to talk about. And we start here every single time with every single show or movie that we discuss. And I'm going to start with you, Tyra. I need to know, after watching these first 3 episodes, overall thoughts.
Oh, man, I thought you were going to go to Dom. I thought you were going to go to Dom because my thoughts are heavy. I'm tired, Kerry Washington. Miss Washington, why? When I tell you, and Ashley knows, because we work in close quarters, I was waiting so hard for this show. I was like, ooh, look at the cast. Oh my goodness, this show is about to eat everything down. It's going to be so good. I waited impatiently for this because I just knew that it was going to be immaculate. No, we over here with Kerry Washington doing Kerry Washington things. Leave them white men alone. Leave them white husbands alone, Kerry Washington. Why do we always have to reside in a space of Olivia Popehood over there with fists and waiting, getting humped in broom closets in a presidential office? I'm exhausted. I am so exhausted. Now, I would have let that slide. Okay, you know what? Kerry's going to do what she's good at. I really hated the fact that from the moment that we got here, maybe 15 minutes in, I already knew what it was. I was like, oh, you've been waiting on that man. Cool, Robert. Take your chance, because she handed it out. She can't wait to hop on it. She in a rush. I wanted the mystery to really draw me in. I was really here for the circle of friends. I was like, okay, we're going to take some time, maybe build it up. No, we didn't take a whole lot of time for that. I think we were maybe 20 minutes in, and Miss Mama's in the setup of it all was already here. So we're left to really wallow in what's supposed to be this long-lasting, since college, my best good friend, ain't nothing I wouldn't do for you. And girl, we gonna solve your murder if nobody else does. But in the meantime, I always wanted your husband. He always looked kind of good to me. And June looks beat. I said, oh my God damn, June, what happened? June looks homely as hell. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. And I love her. She gonna act down. I love her. But I was like, ooh, I think it's, for character purposes, but man, whew, that was a choice. But other than that, the show wasn't delivering in a way that I thought it would. I hate that I'm upset about it. I wanted to love it, but I don't love the premise of the show and how it's tracking. A lot of it feels predictable, so I'm waiting for them to do something to subvert an expectation. But it did not help that Kerry Washington was over there doing her favorite thing. Get off of them lipless men. It just upsets me. But you know, I'm gonna wait and see how it plays out. That's all I'm gonna say.
We gonna wait. We gonna wait and see. Dom. Overall thoughts after watching these first 3 episodes, because we know how you in like this with Apple TV. So how did you feel, Dom?
That's my problem. That's what the problem, because me and Apple go way back, and we deep in these trenches. I sign off on almost anything Apple do. Apple ain't had a misstep in my mind ever, and except now. Like this is, I was expecting, like Tyra said, I was expecting this to just be the talk of the town, but this is the show to watch for the season. And I get like about halfway through the first episode, and I'm like, Pretty Little Liars did this better. Like I was like the dead friend and Who's the Suspect. I was like, I would just go watch ABC Family for a better murder mystery than this. This is ridiculous, and it might not be as offensive if they had casted somebody other than Kerry Washington. But to do this so on tight for her is ridiculous. Like this is really Olivia Pope retired, left DC, and went to go sleep with another white husband. That's all. I'm just waiting for Papa Pope to show up and be like, First Lady. Like, come on, it's ridiculous. It is predictable, and I want to like it because it's Apple and it's a great cast, but I'm struggling.
Mm-hmm.
So, we watched this in the Discord last week. We watched the first 2 episodes together as a family, singing together as a family. And I was like, yeah, no, Tyra, I'm not going to be able to do it. I don't want to talk about this. I don't want to talk about it. It touches some sensitive areas and some places regarding proximity to whiteness, bedwinchery. We go down in those streets, and it's just not a place I really enjoy being. Also, I didn't feel gripped. I didn't feel captivated. I didn't feel brought in. I didn't feel invested. And it's coming off of the heels of some really good thriller mysteries. We had His and Hers earlier this year. We've had some really like out the gate thriller mystery hits that were like, oh, what are we doing? And so I came into this too, just like the two of you. Tyra, this has been on our calendar all year. As soon as we saw the trailer, the little teasers at the beginning, so excited. And the cast is stacked. We just saw Kate Mara over there in The Dutchman being, the evil white woman.
Oh, God.
Being, all the things. And so I said, okay, we've got Kerry and we've got Elisabeth Moss. And we know these are all accomplished women in their own right. The directors are women. The writers, showrunners are women. They can't mess women up, right? They get over here, and I'm like, I don't connect with not nary one of these women. And I think that was my biggest thing. When you have an ensemble cast, I think in some way, there has to be one character that you really connect with, for good or for bad. And I really felt indifferent about all of these women. I didn't give a damn either way. I didn't hate them. I didn't love them. I just didn't feel anything. This was the episode. This was a series I felt like that needed to just drop all the episodes all at once. I didn't need to back for this weekly. I needed to sit down and binge it and see what's going to happen. So as of right now, very mid for me personally. And I'm just going to set it right over there. That's the nicest way I can put it. But this has source material, okay? This has source material, because I had to go down the rabbit hole, because where did this come from? Whose idea was this? And why did it get an adaptation and get put on screen? Well, this was written by Araminta Hall, and allegedly this was a bestseller. However, this book is about 3 British women. The Black element, Apple TV decided to throw in here, to throw a wrench, I guess, and give up something different. But this is a thriller about 3 lifelong friends, Eleanor, Nancy, Mary, whose lives unravel after Nancy's mysterious death, which appears to be an unaliving told from multiple perspectives. So apparently we're going to get a ton of unreliable narrators throughout this series. It explores secrets, betrayals, compromises within their complex friendship as they grapple with guilt, societal expectations, and the dark truths about themselves and each other. This is a slow burning mystery that delves into the complexities of modern womanhood, marriage, and the corrosive nature of secrets. I just wanted to set that right there so y'all were aware. I don't know if you have any comments on this.
Sounds intense. I want to see that show.
Right. And the book sounds interesting. And them being three British women in the book now makes Kerry Washington's wardrobe make sense. So I'm like,
Oh,
what?
please.
I don't know because I don't know what we're doing with that. But also, the book is probably good. The book is probably good, and this lady might have did with the lady who wrote Bridgerton. With that book's based off, she said she just gave Shonda whatever. She told Shonda she could do whatever she wanted, and this lady probably took the check and said, "Apple, you do whatever you want," because the show coming out gonna make the book sales go up anyway. So I hope that this show isn't a reflection of the book. Lord Jesus.
Are any of the women in the book women of color? Anybody?
No, these are all strictly
I didn't
British
think
women.
so. I just want to
Three
make
white
sure.
women. Three white
Okay.
women.
I just wanna make sure.
Again, Carrie is an EP on this project. As we get into, damn it, who did this? Because I want to know. I why are we over here? But Annie Weisman is both the writer and the showrunner for this show, the primary writer. There was a writer's room, believe it or not. The directors are the ladies pictured below. Jet Wilkinson is really accomplished. She did Old Men on Hulu, and if you watch, that's one of the best shows on streaming that's been out in a very, very, very long time. A great series. I think she directed on Percy Jackson. She's off in those streets. She has like awards and all of those things. Then we have Diana Reed, the woman next to her, who is from an earlier time. I think like mid 90s, she got her start and she's done some projects for like network TV. And then we have Nzinga Stewart, who actually directed episodes 2 and 3. And she was a part of For Colored Girls. I believe she was an EP over there. And she did a series Tall Girl on Netflix most recently. And then, of course, we have Annie Weisman. She was responsible for Physical, which is another Apple TV series that I adored. It was a period piece. It was in the 80s. Rose Byrne is over there. It's hilarious. It's inappropriate. It's all of the good things. And then she did Almost Family, which had a season run on network TV. It didn't go anywhere. It was quickly canceled. But this is our background. But you see Carrie's over here. You see Elisabeth is over here. You see Araminta. They all have EP credits. Dom, do you know anything about any of these women?
Actually, yeah. But Leslie I can't pronounce her name. Her name's a tongue twister. Yeah, Linklater, Stewart, and Wilkinson. I'm familiar with those names of some of the EPs. The thing that stands out with, I'm all for women writing, and I'm all for telling y'all stories. Go have at thee. The thing that stands out is nobody writes mysteries. Like that's a skill to be able to write a compelling mystery, and nobody here has any experience writing a suspense, a mystery, a whodunit, episode of Law and Order. Like we don't have any of that. We got a lot of character dramas. And that part is strong in this show. Like the three types of women are very well represented. I know Elisabeth Moss is a mom. I got it. She is a mom, and she's a married mom, and she got to make sacrifices. And Kerry Washington is a career woman who's trying to get off her family's legacy. I got it. I got who all these women are, and that's very well documented. But it's not all coalescing to build the suspense and intrigue for this mystery that I'm supposed to be invested in. And that's what stands out to me. They should have got somebody who had done this before.
So go over there and grab somebody who knows how to do this. Go get Frida McFadden and have her consult on something. Tyra, talk to me.
It was the episode. He said, "Did you even do an episode of CSI Law and Order? Did you do anything?" I was going to say the same thing. I'm not super familiar. I have not seen Physical, whatever. I was like, where's the mystery or the repertoire that says, "Oh, you're here and you know what you're doing." At least in to get the concept of the book and get it across the page from the screen. It's all women here. If I didn't know any better and I was watching this, I was like, oh, what man set up in the writer's room and thought he knew how to write for some women? It feels like there's no excuse. There's a lot of like generational. They all look of like a different certain age and different backgrounds. Enough that could have came together and said, yeah, we probably shouldn't do that. Or we can do that and do it in a way that it doesn't have a negative reflection on the Kerry Washington. Because there's a way to be, no, we like an imperfect Kerry. It's imperfect women. we love that. They're not supposed to be great, but it's a way to do that and still make you sympathize with the character and even like them. Like, oh my gosh, she's terrible, but I like her so much. Like, I'm kind of siding with her, and I hate that I'm agreeing with it. No, I don't like them, but it's not in a good way that's intriguing enough for me to really care and be invested in. I wonder how this is going to end. At this point, I'm like, Kerry, if you go to prison, you deserve it. Because why are you over here? I I don't know. I wish that we could have come together and did something better, but it's unfortunately that we didn't. The other, cast, they're doing what they need to do, but as far as them having these EP credits, I don't know why I would expect for Kerry to want to step outside of the norm because it maybe still could have been what it was, but hey, that particular role, I don't want that one. Let me take this one. I've never seen Kerry as a Elisabeth Moss, a single mom who works 2 jobs, love her kid. Not like in that full capacity. Not in a homely sense, because she's at home. I just would love to have seen some variety there and maybe say, well, I've been kind of pigeonholed here. If we're gonna do it this way, I need my character to check these boxes also. It was just like, nope, take off those pants and let's do the dance that we always do. It's disappointing.
It's payback.
Well,
it's payback for canceling her Unprisoned show. She was like, I tried to do a good show. And y'all didn't like it. So here I go back in the bed with the white
Still
folks.
over there with that man.
Still over there with a married white man. She was
Still married, still involved with the married white man. Yes.
I didn't make it that far.
And Delroy had to check her. What are you doing, girl?
It was early. What you mean you didn't make it that far, dumb? It was pretty early on.
Yeah, we find out if she's screwing a married white man very quickly. But just little a Hulu joint with her and Real. It was a great time. She did an excellent job over there. Still adjacent to whiteness, right? But we had a time, and it was something different. And I think it really showed Kerry's prowess. I don't think we're getting any of these ladies' talent here yet, right? As of episode 3. But let's break these episodes down really quickly because there's not too much to talk about. Honestly, it's pretty straightforward. There's not a ton of complexity or nuance within the story, but the first episode is entitled Eleanor, and we open with Eleanor being questioned by the popo because, girl, you was the last one to talk to this white lady. Did you do it? Our eyes are on you. We had to sit through a very terrible version of Good Cop, Bad Cop. Everyone's kind of put into suspicion at that point, and immediately let me go check on this man, right? Because she confided in me that she's been cheating on him, and I need to make sure he's good. He's texting me. Pick up the phone, Nancy. Your husband, he's reaching out to me. Oh God, I have to go over there now to breathe his air. I go over there. The police show up, because what? Nancy's gone, sir. She dead. She's gone. What? Oh my gosh. And we have to look at him feigning ignorance as far as what's happened to her. We see this a really short introduction of this friend group, and we're supposed to believe that these are bosom buddies for 100 years, and it doesn't give that. It doesn't give that this had ever been a real friendship in my book. Again, outside of that opening shot where we see her being interrogated or questioned, I'll say initially, there's nothing much. We know this is a friend group. We know one died who was having an affair, and we know you ended up at her husband's house later that night. Like, episode 1 was kind of wrapped up there. We learn a little bit about Eleanor and that she has her own nonprofit, but we don't even get into who these women are fully until the second episode. Tyra, I'm going to start with you. Any thoughts on episode 1? Any questions around Nancy's unaliving, the status of her marriage, any of those things? Because that was...
Why was it so basic? Why is no one ready? It was so basic. It was like ABC writing of mission. I was like, why does this feel like? Why are you talking about this? This was very Law and Order episode. They said we got 5 minutes. We got to get from point A to B. We don't have time to waddle in this friendship and make you really believe that they care about each other. They all linked. We made it very, very clear. Elisabeth Moss, like, I'm a mom. Took everything I had to get out here. Be glad I got all dressed up. Normally I come out in my little galoshes and my moo-moos, I'm a mom and I'm just here for that. And then you have Kerry over there. She's I'm not gonna say that. She works. She's, more so business minded, the businesswoman. You can tell she comes from some type of means. And then you really get into focusing on Eleanor and not Eleanor. What's her name over here?
Mary.
Heifer. Mary. Why they got these old ass names? Mary. Um, it's just, I've been, sneaking around on my husband and I'm having this affair and blah, blah, blah. And then we blink and she's deaded. I said, well, damn. Did y'all not think we needed a little bit more time? I think a sole episode, or at least the entirety of the first episode, and maybe we end with the death. We got to the death immediately. I was like, there really isn't any build up there for us to be invested in, because at the end of the day, this is a simple whodunit. Like, what are you doing? And then after that, it's just like, oh my God, let me go see how her husband's doing. We get really elementary, in my opinion, and try to swap it. And it's like they're building it up for us to believe that it's Kerry because she always wanted the husband. Look how she's moving. The body ain't even cold, and she over there smiling in that man's face, trying to see what he needs, what she can do. Meanwhile, he's neurotic. Is giving a little mean. Is giving head between the washer and dryer. I'm like, what kind of energy is he giving off that it's like, yeah, drink your bath. What I want that man. I was like, what? But this is just the one that got away for her. And meanwhile, you have June over there, and she's just gonna be June. Like, I'm gonna solve this mystery. It just gives off, this single mom and works 2 jobs, all that good stuff. But she's unhappy with her life. For her to get instantly engrossed in, well, if they're not going to solve it, we have to really figure out what happened to her. We're her best good friends. It's like, I don't really have anything going on. This is the highlight of my week, and I'm just more and more invested every single episode. But it's like they're trying to frame this light around Jude's character and frame darkness around Kerry to give where this is the friend that wasn't the friend, and she has this wicked motivation because she wanted the husband. And here we have the lighter friend who was really over here trying to be close and really get down to them. It's like they want us to believe that it's Kerry, and I'm like, y'all ain't even doing that right. I don't know. It was really weird. I just couldn't believe that I waited months for this.
There is a skill in telling stories backwards. I want to say Leanne Moriarty does it really well in Big Little Lies, but it's like there's almost an art to telling a story backwards, and I feel like that's where we're going, especially at the end of episode 3 when we're starting to see clips of really what happened with the missing time and all of that. But yeah, it's not landing. Dom, talk to me about episode 1. Questions, fake friends, lies, anything stand out to you in this first episode?
For this to have had a writer's room is ridiculous. Only because this episode feels like a first draft that didn't get a rewrite. Like Eleanor, Mary, these very stock names, these very stock archetype characters who don't have any depth. It's like we got the housewife, we got the businesswoman, and we got the socialite wife. And it's just like we didn't go any deeper than that. We don't see them be friends. We see one scene of Elisabeth Moss going from June, and in every other scene she's off it. And I don't know what to make. And then we don't even see them be husband and wife. I don't see them be husband and wife before you kill her off. I don't get, they look like work friends at this event. I don't get these are best friends since we were 18. And then I knew we were off to a bad start from the opening title sequence, because it says starring Elisabeth Moss and Kerry Washington, and then we go through the whole cast, and at the end it's like with also Kate Mara, and it's like, oh, so Kate Mara not even gonna make it. we go see her 3 times, and it's really 2 imperfect women that we're dealing with. This was a show. I'm glad. If they had to put out the first 2 episodes at once, I don't know if I'd have made it. I don't know if I'd have made it back. If it was just the first episode and I had to wait a week, I don't know if I'd have made it back for episode 2. But I'm still here.
Yeah, Gio, he said, "Blessed be the fruit, may the Lord open." That's what she was giving this whole episode, and looked just like her. I said, "Lord, Elisabeth, they didn't doll you up none over here, like
nothing." It looked like they made you worse. They took some off. They took something away.
Now we get over here to episode 2, Crush, and all of Eleanor's lusty desires are fulfilled. We done put the lady in the ground, so now let me be black and let me be of service. Oh, your daughter needs a party? Okay, I got that. So you need me to come clean the house? All right, I'll be over there too. Anything else you need for me, Robert? You're going to be in my apartment without me letting you in, and I'm going to get dressed and go out to the ballet with you, Robert. Overstepping boundaries. He's out of control. And this is when we kind of to, okay, there were cracks in terms of Nancy's marriage to Robert. We already knew she was stepping out, but now the daughter is saying, listen, I'm scared to be alone with my father. Auntie, can you stay here with us, Eleanor? Auntie Ellie, is that cool with you? And this is where we see Mary put on her hat and cape and be like, all right, yeah, it's time to get to work. We need to figure out what happened. Who is this man? Who's Marcus? Who's David? Who are these people? Robert is ripping photos off the wall, showing his bare booty cheeks. Now, I didn't know who Kinnaman was when we came over here. And then I said, he looks very familiar. I said, oh, he was Altered Carbon. That's where I know him and I know that booty from. But I really didn't expect us to go over there when he said, I'm grieving my wife. And Kerry still proceeds to screw him after that. I said, Kerry has no backbone. She just wants this proximity. Honestly, what it was giving all during episode 2 is very, very, very high level pick-me behavior. I said, there's no way you want to be chose after 35 years. Because I don't know if they're pushing that Kerry's 35 over here. But baby, we know it's been a lot of years since college. It's been a lot of years since 18. And the idea that you've been pining away for this man and basically waiting for his wife to die is crazy. We get to meet Robert's sister with her short mullet, circa 1982, her yuppie haircut. And we have to listen to her be rude and disrespectful because this is the Hennessy family. We're also in episode 2 introduced to Kerry Washington's brother, Donovan, played by, y'all know him from Hamilton. What's his name, y'all?
Leslie Odom
Jr.
Leslie Odom, yes. We get to see him spying on his sister because if you would have joined the BSU, maybe you could have been with Tyrone. Maybe you could have been with Malik and not over here chasing this white man who don't really want you, baby. He don't want you. We also see her curb a valid, very fine young Frank Lucas over here. I don't know what's wrong with her or her nonprofit, but it very much gave, let me put everything to the side to be of service to this white man and his child so that he will one day choose me. That's what I got from episode 2 and this crush. Dom, I'm going to start with you. And you've got his picture on the screen. I know you wanted to take a couple moments with him. For him.
No, not him.
No, he wants to take a couple moments with Frank Lucas.
The black man. Yeah, the black man. So I got,
okay.
Yeah,
Well, do that.
I got
this slide too. I just don't have a picture for him. I'm so sorry.
Okay. Well, then give me a sec. Because one, Kerry Washington is irritating from beginning to end in this episode. But I was about to turn it off when he walked. Is this episode where he sees the painting of his wife? Okay, so when he realizes that the painting in his wall is of his wife, and in his mind, the dude she was cheating with is the one who painted it. That's what he's thinking at the time. And he proceeds to rip the painting off the wall and take it out trash. He crashes out that his dead wife then had this man paint. And Kerry Washington is acting like he's being weird. And I'm like, if you don't sit your ass down, this is the most believable and understanding and justifiable this man has acted on all 3 episodes. And I'm like, I know he ain't no good, and we're gonna find out that later. But at this moment, this is a genuine husband reaction, and let him have that. And Kerry Washington didn't even put on like a cape to save this man. She put on a black smock and a white apron and some kitten heels, so she got a broom and she about to swat Tom and Jerry because she is just all mammied out in this show. It is ridiculous how as soon as his wife died, she got on her back. It irritates my soul. And this character needed to be white. Because it wouldn't piss me off so much. If this character was a blonde-haired, blue-eyed woman, then I'm like, oh, this is white folk stuff. And all the other implications are added onto this, but not only is she black, but she's also Kerry Washington. And so it's like this has got to be some. I don't even subscribe to like when people say, "Oh, this is a humiliation ritual for famous people." I don't subscribe to that, except in this case. Kerry Washington is being hazed for the last 15 years for doing this. I don't understand. It's pissing me off this whole episode. I don't. And then but I'm not on your team either about the black man, because he's also irritated. He's just as irritating as she is. Because why is he stalking her? Why is he stalking her? Don't show up to the house. You ain't gonna get chose. You just as much as a pick me as she is. Sorry, you ain't gonna get chose. She don't want you. She ain't got. But you ain't got but one time to tell me you don't want me. You ain't got one time but tell me you don't want me. And then he get to the zenith of it in episode 3. But here he got rewarded for it in this episode, which pissed me off too, because he showed up at the house and got some, and that irritated me. And did they go to the ballet in this episode? Is this the episode they went to the ballet?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
This raggedy hoe. Like, I don't understand how a group of women wrote this. This is something that I expected a review of this show to be like, men ain't shit because they can't write women. That should be the takeaway from the show. But a bunch of women wrote this, and Apple gave y'all a good check for this because the production budget is great. I don't know why y'all bought them clothes for Kerry, but y'all had a budget.
I think she Carrie Bradshaw. What the hell you got on?
It's irritating. That's all I had. This episode was horrible. And then Offred,
Don't please.
She ain't June. She Offred when she picking up these.
I don't know why she looked like that. I don't know.
And then you okay, you could be the nosy, crazy white lady with no life, and this is all you're obsessed with. But then you done went to the police station and you done assaulted the police. So sit your ass down. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. This episode drained me.
That's tired. I'm tired, boss. Tyra?
You calling June Offred is crazy. Is she married? Like, wait, what? Which one is Elisabeth Moss?
She's married.
She's married.
She's married. Okay, like what they're doing with Mary. That's what I said. I feel like they were trying to put this white light, this halo. When we got to Carrie's family home and she had that ice white homely ass dress on, and it's very excuse the mess and all these kids and but I love it here. She hates it there. She hates it there. She don't want them kids. She don't want that husband. She don't want none of that. But the writing, it's supposed to. I think we made her look the way we looked, so it would be like completely unassuming. Like, oh, I'm not a threat at all. Like, but y'all could have put a little something on Elisabeth Moss. Damn, the way Offred is on brand. But it's just, don't look at me. Look over there. Look at Kerry Washington. She's the one with the schmancy apartment uptown and, living her best life. She's, non-committal. She's, been pining away for this man. I'm the one more so invested in doing the right thing for our friend and leaving off of episode 1, when in doubt, blame a random black man and say, hold on. Hold on. Nobody. And of course, when we're getting into Kerry and her proximity to whiteness, you can understand why she wouldn't read the room and go, well, she was with this black guy and this man and named David. And like, it's like, all I did was paint her. Like, it really wasn't even all that. But we were just ready to implicate and just throw the blame over there. And with Kerry being who she is here, it's not going to register to her that, yeah, that's maybe something that we shouldn't do right off the back of this woman being murdered. Like, okay, after we leave Elisabeth over there, I was more so focused on why aren't we worried about the fact that baby girl said, not only am I grieving in my mother, I don't trust my father to be left alone with him. I don't feel okay. Can you stay? Can I come with you? Can you stay? It was just like, yeah. So how about those Lakers? I was like, Eleanor, what are you doing? We completely bypassed that and we're focused on, first of all, the yuppie haircut. I said, why does she look like a 80s Wall Street villain, sister? Like, what What is that? It was very 80s. I say, okay, the styling choices on the show are very, very interesting. I have been looking. They always giving Kerry hard life, soft wig, white man wiggery, and it upsets me to no end because Kerry is beautiful, and they subtract from it every chance they get with some funky ass wardrobe or a tired ass wig. But we can't do anything about that. But once we get over there, it's like, well, yeah, we heard such and such all about this random painter because, of course, we're going to automatically, when in doubt, investigate and try to see what's going on with the husband. But no, what painter? This painter? She was cheating, and we're ripping it off, and we're doing the most. I would have gotten away from that man. There are so many red flags around Robert, whether he's grieving or being upset. Oh, you cheated on me, husband, which of course later we found out you already knew. So what was the performative action for? It's Kerry not reading the room. The way she zipped up her boots and ran over there and said, "What you need, Big Daddy?" Said, "Oh my God, is this Django?" She ran over there. I swear that's the only thing that was running through my mind the whole time watching this show. Django over there saying, "I gotta go hurry up and go rescue her because they're gonna make her a comfort girl." So you brought your happy ass over here, and the woman wasn't cold in the ground good enough, and you couldn't wait to be a comfort girl. What do you need from me? And it was not under the guise of, "Oh, this was my best friend. I need to go support." Any real auntie would have been over there for the daughter. Let me see what you need. What can I help? You came over here for this man. The moment she touched down, it was all about this man. Let me put myself in his face, make myself useful, because now that she's gone, maybe I could be next. What? It was disturbing, and I hated how the writing acted like it didn't want us to assume that about her. Like, no, she came over here with the best intentions. No, you came over here to sit on it, and it's disgusting. And then we have Rome over there, have this nice Frank Lucas, this nice, what a beautiful chocolate man. We have this handsome little young tender. First of all, you got one job, bro. You pull up and you drop it off, okay? Now, if she don't want more than that, you go where you're loved, son. Go where you're loved, go where you're celebrated. If Kerry don't want you, just go. Baby, first of all, I think so much of Kerry's character is coming into question because it's the workplace politics. You're sleeping with your little subordinate. You're hearing away. Bottom line, by the time we get to the ending of this episode, and it's, well, I felt like I acted out a bit much when I crashed out and smashed the painting. I showed up to your house unannounced too, because I wanted to make sure you were okay. But by the time we get to episode 3, they want us to believe that whatever this is with them, they never embarked on anything beyond that one moment, in the next, it was never that. Like, we ain't never touched. I thought they was sneaky linking and doing all kind of stuff way before, and she's just been in waiting for this man, and she just didn't get picked. But it's not that. But when we have her register, you know what, with everything going on, I probably shouldn't go to the ballet with you. I'm just going to, just chill, and yeah, I'm good, go home. You show your happy ass up anyway, even though the optics are crazy. This lady ain't been dead and gone for 5 minutes, and you're here strutting in your Sunday's best. And she was so, oh my God, she was so giggity. It's like, oh my God, a white man. Oh my God, a white man. So, oh my God.
No, my white man.
My white man. My my magnum opus of a white man. I was like, ma'am, I just was so disappointed that we put her in this box again. I love Kerry. I love her acting. I think she's great. But it's sad that she's so good at this particular kind of role. We keep giving access. And you would think maybe after however many seasons of pining over there with Fence and if you want me, earn me. Yeah, I've had enough of that. I don't want to be typecast. I don't want to touch another role in that way. No, we go right back over here. We skip over here to these roles over and over again. And I'm just not understanding why.
I think she likes it. I don't know. I would have rather meet her Nancy or as Mary. I do. I think it's problematic for her, but something just hits different when you see Kerry in this role because she's been here. And Tyra, if they were going on them fishing trips, like she says in episode 3 every single year, they've been smashing. This was not their first smash session. I know it wasn't. But we end off this episode with white booty cheeks clapping up in the air. Also with an innuendo, daughter scared of daddy, but also who is grandpa? Because when he talked to the little girls at the funeral, Eleanor very much gave, why are you talking to these babies? Like, it gave that there's something going on in the Hennessy family that maybe we're not privy to. And again, I think those are the moments they need to lean into to build intrigue or mystery or get us invested in what the story is. Because as of right now, we're just not there yet. We know Robert's a creep. We know that Eleanor is Eleanor, but I really think they have to tap into those little moments to make it go somewhere. So now we get over to episode 3, because he chose me, and I'm bigger than this program. Society, I'm bigger than it. His whiteness, I'm bigger than it because he loves me. He chose me. What we did last night, it was everything, right? And so she's on cloud 9 because, listen, maybe we should give it some time. We're not going to go public just yet. But since you're my man now, it's going to be fabulous, right? Until they get caught screwing in the pool. Baby girl comes home because she's doing a death tour or whatever that is with her bestie for the resty. They got their little junior beers. They're ready to have a good time. And they see Auntie Elle and Daddy in the pool. What's going on here? Are you screwing my father? My mom's body's not even cold yet. And you're over here screwing in the pool house at the other property. Not girl, not what it looks like, right? Meanwhile, she has done her big event for her nonprofit. They have money and sponsors on the line. She's being interviewed, all of these things. The worst possible time to go public. We already know Brother Donovan has warned her. Again, if you had joined BSU, we wouldn't be having these issues. You and these issues on these white men that you're after. But she's in love. You can't tell her anything because it could work. We have a conversation with Mary where Mary had to put her out of her house. Because, get out of my house. Well, your marriage started on infidelity. There was cheating there and y'all made it work. Why can't we make it work? Lady, you are with somebody else's husband. Go to hell. Go to hell. And I said, okay, this is where it let me know none of y'all were ever really friends with each other. You always hated her because of what she has. Mary talking about Elle. She's wanted Elle's life. You can tell that. I don't think she likes being a mom. I think she feels encumbered by it. I think whatever the surroundings are a way that Mary and her husband got together are already suspect. And I think she feels trapped in this mediocre, basic life. I do. I feel that way too, Tyra. You talked about that earlier. As far as Robert, he's going to go where the family goes. So we get to work the next day with our Black partner. And she's like, you need to come in this office. We need to have a talk because it's all over town. What? I guess you don't have TikTok. What kind of question is that to ask me? Do you have TikTok or not? Have you seen it? Show me that effing TikTok. So we got to see her spaz on the employees. Just company be damned. The future be damned. My reputation as a Black businesswoman here be damned. It's all thrown away because I wanted him. I've been in love with him since I'm 18 years old. Get over here. The TikTok. The girl's on TikTok. Yeah. Mom's dead and you find out her best friend has been screwing your dad. Yeah. Me too. Just me? All right. And so it's gone viral. Everyone knows. All eyes are on her. So what does she do? Like she's been doing all these episodes. Let me hop my ass over here to White Daddy and let me just make sure everything's okay. Right? Mullet opens the door and is like, what are you doing here? Like, what are the housekeeper? What are you doing here? I'm here. I need to talk. I need to talk to Robert. Robert, I get it. It's a lot right now, but we'll make a joint statement. We'll come out together at a press conference and, we'll do that. Mind you, she has the letter that he wrote about his abuse and how he was sorry and about how he knew he was cheating. The lies are already there. So yeah, baby, it was cute and all that. But on the advice of counsel, I'm going to tell you to get out of my house and get out of And I'm thinking to myself, baby, you were never bigger than the program. You've been around the whites your whole life. And we'll get into her. But that pissed me off so much because you have no awareness. You really thought he was going to choose you over the image, the reputation, the money, all of those things. I can't believe that. F your sobriety. I can smell the whiskey on your breath. He said, yeah. And by the way, before you leave, I need that letter back. She was like, F you, Robert. I'm leaving. What is wrong with you? Brother calls her. Because, girl, it's everywhere, right? You done effed up, right? Our mom is on her way. And I think the mom is going to be tantamount to Papa Pope. And again, we do have to keep in mind that this is not a part of the source material. This is a very this is a very Black experience type of thing that they entered into this show, and I don't think we needed this anyway. She gets the obligatory conversation with brother, like, you have to fix this. You got to be better than this. You know what's going to happen, all because I hope the ding-a-ling was worth it. How dare you talk to me that way? I'm just over it. And now you're suspect number one, because it's in your lap now. Mary hates you. She's against you. The husband is, or all that. And at the end of the episode, we see Mary come. I found him. I know who he is. So that was the cliffhanger that we get for episode 3, Monster. Tyra, I'm going to start with you. We're missing time. We found out that Eleanor has 3 hours unaccounted for, and her little boo kitty opened his mouth and told the police, well, she didn't get here till 1 o'clock. She was supposed to be here at 9 o'clock. She ain't get here till 1. So I don't know where she was in the meantime, in between time. And why did Ellie think she was bigger than the program? You were never bigger than the program, sis.
My issue is it's just so half-baked. It's not even good. The writing is ass. I was like, this is the most basic, generic version of this particular story. So it should be executed flawless. It should be fleshed out. The characters should be... It was so dry. It was so dry. I had the same reaction to this as I had when he stripped down naked and was giving Kerry them slow strokes. I was like, Kerry, it will be a cold day in hell before I ever want to see Kerry's sex face again. Kerry never met a sex scene she didn't like. And I love her for it, but it's always, oh God, like, oh God. I was like, can we please get the hell out of here? And then we find the book and we start off the episode with how terrible he was to your best friend. I was so sorry. I knew about the affair and blah, blah, blah. 17 more reasons as to why we shouldn't be looking this man's way. Oh my God. You lied to me. Oh my God. I just can't. I can't believe you after we just had sex, like for the first time. And did you? Are you sure? Are you sure? After that, and she's just kind of trying to act like she has guilt this episode. I was like, where? Girl, you couldn't wait. You couldn't wait to be with that man. The whole setup was getting to y'all eventually sleeping together. All y'all needed was space and opportunity. Like, really? But she's just full of guilt at this point. And she's like, you know what? I can't leave that white peen. I'm gonna stick beside him. Leslie Odom is being wasted here. I don't know what's going on. What's really like on my brain, like, I don't like their dynamic as sister and brother. It's odd. I don't know. From the moment that we met him and he's off, he hired some secret agency, somebody, some PI to take photos of her and track her and see where she is. And it's just all under the guise, well, if I didn't have, photographic proof, if I would have confronted you with it, how you over here pining and showing your ass over here with Robert, you would have lied about it. So that's why I'm doing this. And even in the way that he reacts to, like, you slept with, like, he's angry. And it doesn't just feel like, oh, this is at the reputation of me, the family, who we are, like the family name. How dare you? We deserve better. You deserve better for yourself. You should have got you a black man. It's just odd. I don't like how they embrace. I don't like how they're framed in scenes. I don't know. I don't know why it's so off-putting to me. Even there, at the later end of the episode where it's like, oh, sis, you did the right thing, coming to get some representation, and they embrace. I'm like, I don't like it. I don't like it. And I should hope that that's not the direction that we're going, because in combination with our little baby saying, I don't trust being left alone with daddy. Can you just stay here with me? Can I come with you or whatever? And then the whole grandpa scenario, and even getting into the conversation that Eleanor had before wifey got deaded. It's like, oh, there are things at play here that you have no idea what's going on. It's bigger than you could ever know. I just need you to come with me. I need your support. All the way to the painter going, baby, that lady was insufferable. She was miserable. She was like dying right before your eyes. And you two, as her best friends, neither one of you noticed. Like, she was suffering. She had some major problems. So there's something going on in that house that we don't know about. I should hope we're not putting anything over here too, because I just don't like it. Other than that, the whole getting caught, because it's like, I'm just so shameful, but I'm going to come when you call, and I'm going to show up, and we're going to keep doing this. Even to the point that when baby found them and they lied, it's like, oh, this isn't what you think it is. Like, your eyes are playing tricks on you. And then he tries to like implement punishment. Yeah, so what are you doing here? Skipping and drinking and doing this. And yeah, just like, I'm not crazy. You're sleeping with my father. And Carrie's here acting like the victim, like she's been wronged. She's like, oh my God, I just can't believe she hates me. Did you see her face? Hell yeah, are you crazy? I need more backstory to get into her delusion as to why she thinks her behavior is okay. Prior to this happening, you were already suspect number one, and it wasn't until the ass end of this episode that you decide, you know what? I should stop talking and lawyer up. You think so? Do you think so? They are never looking at Elisabeth Moss' character. They're not looking at Mary. She's just a deranged white woman who's obsessed with the case, who has nothing better to do, and she's showing up, implementing herself in these rooms and these conversations, looking for evidence. But we just want her to go sit down. They're not looking at her as a suspect. She's not coming on down to the house trying to put her titties on Robert's back. It's always been you. So when we pop out and we're sleeping with a man and we get called out, after our young black tender comes, he's like, you trying to break up with me? I say, young man, I don't get a say in this. Can I, girl, I want you. I'm trying to be with you. You don't call. You're coming in. I don't see you. Like, you're not, dude, he's like, yeah, I just think we should keep it professional moving forward. Oh, he's just heartbroken. I was like, please do something else with him. Y'all gonna waste him just like y'all was over there playing with Aaron Pierre in the morning show. We don't have time.
Oh
we
my
don't
God.
have
Oh
time.
my God.
We don't have time
my God.
But that's just that. She makes it very clear. I don't care what's going on. Even at the Hester, you being caught. It's like, do you want to stop? No, I need this. I've been waiting however many years, all my life, for this pain. We get caught and going down she immediately goes down to the house. I thought at that point, once it was framed as you being a suspect, you're gonna try to see who you need to talk to, lawyer up, get your story straight. She go down to the property. Do you need anything? What can I do? This is about us, okay? Mullet, go over there. This is about me and you. So what we're gonna do is get our story straight. We don't have to come all out at once. This is her man. Thank you to my man. It's like, girl, this wasn't that. This wasn't that. I was advised that I need to leave your ass alone. So yeah, you can go on over there. Even the way that Mary's like, this is evidence that he's implicated in maybe doing something to her. These thoughts, how he's wording this letter, the fact that he knew about the affair. We have to turn this into the authority. Well, no, we can't do that. Why not? Why not? The way she went over there and thought she was going to get some sympathy from Mary, because it's just, well, we were best friends, but I always wanted Robert, but he didn't pick you. And there's a reason for whatever he's hiding. He picked who he picked for a reason. He didn't pick you. And now it's like, I'm finally being chosen, so I'm blind to everything else that's going on. So when he tells her, girl, get your raggedy duffel bag and get the hell out of my house. We can't be seen together, let alone be trying to pop out and have a relationship. We just had sex. But I thought, you made me believe. Like, he didn't work hard to make you believe. It wasn't too much anything. Like, it's just ridiculous. And then it doesn't help that Carrie and the rest of the characters, they're all women of a certain age. So now you just look like an old pick-me fool. I don't know what we're supposed to do with that moving forward. But finally, after that, you know what? I think I need to lawyer up. Okay. We go and give our spew and our story, and we get a high five from the brother. And of course, like you said, we end off with Mary going, we found him. Because that was her ace in the hole. She was with this man. And it's like, yeah, we have not found that man. We don't know anything about it. That's not going to be any evidence for us to take you off the radar along with Robert. But Mary says she found the man. So now we have a suspect. Child, I don't know. It's just not, something's missing here. I don't know. I was like, what are the storyboards, or what did anything look like? Something's like left out. Like some stories missing or something, or else it's just bad writing. I don't know.
Again, I think they're trying to do one of these, play it in reverse. I think they're trying to tell the story backwards. And again, there's an art to that. And I don't think you can just give us a clip of, Eleanor saying, yeah, no, you get the hell out of my car. Get the hell out of my car and figure it out, Nancy. I'm not your friend for real. You're cheating on your husband, the man that I love. And, I guess we're going to be working back in scenes like that, but it's too late. Dom, talk to us about this, and talk to me about these fishing trips. that they've been taking for all of these hundreds of years that Nancy was okay with. Because take them
Pity,
off my
pity.
hands.
She said it was
Were they
pity. I
really
think she
smashed
pitied me.
in the cabin?
Well, so I will say, and I'm gonna say, and this might be me putting too much credit on the writing. I might I might be putting too much dip on the chip, but I think that they didn't do anything on the fishing trip. I think that the time we saw them smash was the first time they smashed because he don't want her. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's ever wanted her. He don't want her, and all the attraction is one-sided. She been wanting him since she was 18, and she been waiting. That's why she was a bad friend. The only reason she stayed friends with Kate Mara is to stick to proximity to him. And what it seemed like between that last episode and this episode, like her delusion, like she has an actual, like it's not just a girl delusion, like she has an actual mental disability. Like she's actually delusional. She's actually crazy. And she's actually clinically obsessed with this man. And that's all because you can't be a functional human being. In my mind, you can't be a functional human being with genuine empathy and see a teenage girl say, I don't feel safe in this house with this man, and be like, can I come home with you? And say no. And say no. And it's like, it's ridiculous. But it's only one-sided. Like all the ridiculousness is her. Like if you just take his actions in a vacuum, he's just being a man. Like he's not a good man and he's not an honorable man, but he's being a man. And I think he took an opportunity where it was some Kerry Washington cat on the table, and I'm grieving, and me and my wife we wasn't on the best of times anyway. We were already wasn't crap. And so you're gonna put the cat on the table. I'm grieving, I'm upset, I'm gonna take it. And it feels good. And then but now it's getting real. And I'm like, no, you got to go home. I left the money on the table, you got to go home. That's what all of this seems like to me. The brother and sister do seem real indecent proposal-ish. I'm not liking that. Leslie Odom is being. He was either miscast. This thing was miswritten, or I don't know. This character might not need to exist at all because she ain't listening to none of the advice. No way. And I do think it was a choice. I think it was a choice to have this family be called the Hennessy family, only to have this black person be obsessed with it. That just seems like.
Please.
I'm just saying, they could have had any aristocratic name. You chose to have the black person obsessed with Hennessy. It kind of irritates my soul a little bit. But I think Kerry Washington is unstable. Like her character is legitimately unstable. That's why they got caught in the pool. And the next scene, they kissing in the kitchen like the daughter can't come back downstairs. Like it's utterly ridiculous. Like you still in the house on the road. Like go home, ho. Like she doesn't make any sense. And they are trying to distract from the fact that Kerry Washington and Ashley, you were great for knowing all these characters' names. That I don't know nan what. Kerry Washington is obsessed with Kate Mara's husband, but Alfred wants Kate Mara's life. And I think she's jealous of her life and the status she has because she's a wife and she's a housewife. She can do whatever the hell she want to do. And so we gonna, I think, hopefully, well, I don't want to say hopefully because I don't know what I hope for this show, but it seems like we're gonna go down the deterioration of Kerry Washington's mental state as if that's going to lead us to her being the murderer, only to switch and be like, oh no, it was you the whole time. This lady I could not have expected. It's always the white lady. It's always the white lady.
Always the mid white woman.
Yeah, and so I just and David, I don't. When it was like, I know who David is. Oh, okay. I don't. I've watched Mary Kate and Ashley episodes of when they were detectives that had better cliffhangers.
That's too simple, though, Dom. They can't do that. I was hoping the entire time that it wouldn't be, it's actually Kate Moss. Like, please don't do that. Do anything else but that. That's what it looks like they're going because they're working too hard to make her look like I'm really the one who cares and I'm trying to solve her murder and you're just trying to sleep with her husband and you were always jealous of her and you wanted Robert. Yeah, but you hate your life too and y'all were all coveting what she had in some way, shape, or form. Please don't let it be Kate Moss and let it be something else. Please.
But if it's not one of the two women, if it's not one of the two imperfect women, the only thing that would be shocking is if it's the daughter. Like unless it's the daughter, and it's like that would be like, oh my God, that's the imperfect woman. But it was just other than that, if it's one of the two friends, it can't be Kerry Washington. You can't be that on the nose. It just can't be. And so it's either offer it or. It can't be Kerry Washington. It can't be the husband. That's just too obvious. So it either got to be Offred or the child. Offred or the offspring.
Or they could be working together. Kate and Elisabeth and the husband could be working together in tandem to get it all over and lay it in Carrie's lap.
What is this, Clue? Like, no.
I gotta list of suspects at the end. We'll go over it and talk about it. Because I have one that may be unsuspecting to some. Anyway, let's get over here. And I just wanted to talk about the women briefly, what they give, what they represent, and what you think the creator, writer, showrunner are trying to really message to us, the audience, with these women. Because I'm just really... Nancy, we haven't gotten time with Nancy yet. I believe episode 4 is entitled Nancy, so I'm hoping they're voting that entire episode for us really seeing who she is. Again, as Dom said earlier, she's giving socialite. She's giving everything is great on the surface, but underneath we're holding secrets and lies. I married into this dynasty. I was a poor girl from, the trailer park, and he came and he dolled me up, and I'm Cinderella. I've sat my dreams on the back burner to be a wife and a mother. And just now I've tried to grab a little pieces of happiness for myself and got caught up in some mess. It's giving all that glitters isn't gold with Nancy. And I don't see much more outside of that. Tyra, talk to me about who you think Nancy is.
I was about to say they didn't give us nothing, Ashley. They didn't give us anything. It's so basic, like, oh, don't covet what someone else has, like, because you just never know what could be really going on behind those closed doors. And she may have looked a certain way and her life looked so appealing, but she was so miserable. Robert, what? Dang, please. Robert was, abusive. He was mean. He was degrading her. He was this and that, and it was a loveless marriage. And it's very, picked her up by her bootstraps, and I didn't come from anything. And I guess the allure is around, well, especially when you get into Eleanor, like, why her? Why her? Why did he pick her when I was there? And I do come from a family of means, and I do have a name, and she didn't have anything, and it's just hovering right back into jealousy. I'm hoping we get more of a window into Nancy. They did, make her look really frantic when she with her best good friend in that car, like, can you please come with me? I need you. I can't do this by myself. This is major. She's like, how? You got my white man. Get out of the car. Like, she could give a damn. So y'all could at least try to sell it to make us feel like they were at least friends. Because I'm going to go. If you're panicked in that way, baby, what do you need, friend? Are you okay? This is way more than it was just all, you're cheating on Robert and you need to get out of my car. Because that could have been me. Meanwhile, who knows what she's going through and what she knows about Robert that we don't. We need some more on Nancy, though. Because like I said, that first episode, she was deaded in less than 30 minutes.
I think Robert's trafficking people. At this point, I think he is the worst scum of the earth. He found something on that computer, and somebody's being human trafficked. Dom, talk to me about Nancy. What does Nancy give as a character? Mute it, boo.
Hopefully, Nancy got a good check for this role, because I hope Kmart took them to the cleaners to get this role, because this is ridiculous. I am glad, because it does look like Tyra was saying, that she's like didn't come from means and got here on her own. And I'm glad that they let that be her and not the black lady. The black lady came from money too. That's the cool. I'm good with that. But I don't know what she gives because we haven't seen her in 3 episodes. Like I need the episode of her. All I've seen her do is ask for help from her friend, get painted, and die. Like this is the experience I have of Nancy. So I just and we had and my history with shows that take an episode to focus on one of three women is not a great track record. I just I hope this episode this episode need to get me, because if this episode will get me, I don't know how long I'm gonna stay with these imperfect women. But
Three Women was a good time.
We had fun.
Do that.
We had fun. Had fun.
Yeah, it was a good time. It was a good time with DeWanda Wise. That's all I got.
And the pancakes. It was a good time with DeWanda and her pancakes. Now, Eleanor, and here's the thing. Eleanor is bar for bar, and that's why I wanted to know if the source material had her as Black, because this is the quintessential not mulatto, but tragic mulatto trope, right? Like, I'm never satisfied in my life. I can have everything, all of the trappings, right? Because she herself is privileged. She comes from money. She has a name. Clearly Black elites, based on the presentation of her brother and the conversation that they've had. You know, you could have been a contender out here in these streets. Formidable Black family with a name. However, this undying desire for proximity to whiteness and to be approved of, and to get that stamp of approval from whiteness that I'm now somebody, I can be in your spaces, I can be fully accepted for me in said spaces, but I still feel like an imposter. That's why I have this nonprofit. That's why I've thrown my life into saving others, and I always feel like, hey, they can't be talking about me, things like that. Here's the thing, right? I have no issue with storytelling if it's good, right? But I will say that I really come to a point where I'm tired of seeing the same story over and over and over again. Like Kerry Washington, I'm really over you wanting to be chosen by a white man. And that's what's going to put the battery in your back and make you a complete and whole. You have all the accolades, money, you have the name, but this piece be complete. I really don't like the way that presents. I hate the narrative, but I have another slide for tropes and all of that. But talk to me about Eleanor's character, Dom, and where you're at with it. What is Dom doing in the
Eleanor is the example of why not just because you are something doesn't mean you can write everything in that genre. Like, I know that there was a Black woman there right in the writer's room, and she had a pen, and she probably had a good hand in Eleanor, but that don't mean that you can write the type of character that Eleanor is requires a very deft hand and a very good writer, because it's a complex. Eleanor screams to me of exactly what she is, a white character that they just made Black and tried to infuse Blackness into a white character. But to write a Black person who is wealthy, who is affluent, but has imposter syndrome and has to deal with proximity to whiteness, but also being Black. And what is Blackness when you don't associate with a lot of the commonly attributed Black things that we talk about with like culture and stuff like that. And like, you didn't grow up telling the stories and experiencing the stuff that we did, but you're still Black. How do you navigate that? And as a 50-year-old woman, how does that manifest? Because this isn't college. Like, this isn't a college story. This isn't a coming of age story. You're a 50-year-old woman with a business, and you know what I'm saying. And so some of this stuff you shouldn't just now be realizing. And so to be able to write a character like that requires a lot of skill.
lived experience, if you will. Yeah,
you gotta know. In every writing class, in every creative writing class there is, at some point in that class, they're gonna tell you, write what you know. Write what you know, come from a place of experience. Whoever wrote this didn't know this. They don't know this life. And it shows.
It does. It showed with the microaggressions, because when it was a Black man, Robert said, "Did you know him? Why would I know this Blackie? Why would I know this Blackard on the street? Why would I? Do you know who I am? Do you know who my family is? No, you're Black. You're Black. You're Black." And I said, "Don't jump in the room. You're Black. Tyra, talk to me about Eleanor and the writing of her character. How does she land?
Dumb sink 50-year-old woman is
Multiple times.
Because I was thinking the same thing. Like, if you're gonna give me this version of Eleanor, I needed us to start with college. Just give me one episode of college and who you were, and maybe she'll make more sense the further we get into the family. We know what Leslie Odom is giving. Maybe when we meet mom, I just need some history because it just doesn't make sense. How she's acting would be more tailored if she was maybe I've been pulled up and out by my bootstraps and I didn't come from means and I just don't feel like I belong here and I'm having imposter syndrome and I always feel the need to prove myself because I'm lucky to even be here. No, you come from money. You come from money. You come from means. And even if you couldn't get the Robert, there had to be tons of other who were darkening your door. Girl, please. It looks like since college, she has been waiting. Because if I can't have Robert, I don't want anybody. We don't meet her in some long-term committed relationship. And it could have just been, I just pour myself into my work and I'm not interested romantically in anybody. But it wasn't that. You were very interested romantically in Robert because the moment that lady dropped dead, you couldn't wait to get over there. So it's like you've been waiting. You have been waiting for 50 years. You've been waiting this entire time. It just doesn't make sense. There is no nuance to Eleanor. Maybe if it was Kerry and we didn't see her in this capacity so often, it would hit different. But we do. So it's like, damn, again? Again, Kerry? Like, why? And even let's just say she is here and I've been waiting and this is my shot with Robert. A 50-year-old woman would know what this is and what this isn't. I don't care. I don't care. You don't get to get here and be this naive. You just don't. Not in the way like Kerry is rolling up here like Robert's the boss and she's the young little secretary at the desk that he took advantage of. You made me think this was something real. No, you are a 40 plus year old, business owner. You're a woman of means. You have family lineage. You have, girl, you're a corporation at this point. The way the press was out there, that's what they want us to believe. Like your name, the way Leslie Odom brother called, is like, yeah, whatever you do falls on me and my name in the family. I don't want to be out there represented in this way. Like, girl, you're a brand. And we threw our name, our family, everything on the ground just so we could lay down with Robert. I don't get it. And even if that was the case, a woman of a certain age is going to know, baby, at the very least, I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to be a suspect. Losing everything I work for, that's one thing. I don't want to be implicated in a murder. So I'm going to go sit down. And even if I do link up with you, nobody's going to know about it. It's going to be on the hush. It's going to be like, because I have to put and prioritize myself first. No, she didn't care. She doesn't care about anything. And that's just so odd to me. I would have really loved to see Elisabeth and Kerry swap roles. I would have maybe been here for that, because this here, it just says a whole lot, and we should have made her Black if we weren't really ready to write what comes along with that in a proper way. That's not offensive. This is beefed up. Like, so y'all want to fight? What are you trying to say? I just don't know. And it's alarming that you could have, such a colorful writer's room or what have you, or our EPs here, and nobody said, you know what? We don't want to do that part. Or maybe let's change this to that. And then that makes more sense for the character. They just said, ship it and it's good and put it on the screen. And this just makes no sense. I don't want to see an Eleanor anywhere at any given time.
Yeah. Barring, I fear, a mental illness, I don't know if there's a way to redeem. I don't know if there's a way to redeem Eleanor. Like, and I mean mental illness as then she's got like dissociative identity disorder or an alter, like, you know what I mean? Like another personality or something. Because you're right. Ultimately, any character, Black or white, barring a mental illness, is going to be thinking about self-preservation outside of her desire and her obsession with this white man. Like, you would be literally thinking like, this is not smart. Like, you've grown this business, you fundraised, you're on these magazines, and you're not thinking about your freedom, like there's something else going on with this character. It has to be in order for it to work ultimately. I do think they needed to breadcrumb us a little bit if they are going to say she's on some meds or something.
I thought about it for 2 seconds in the way that she framed it when she was like, she used to just let us go off and on the boat and the trips. And I think she was doing me a favor. Like she took pity on me because she knew how much I coveted Robert. I was like, are you crazy?
Exactly. So maybe that was the breadcrumb. And like I said, barring a literal diagnosis, I don't know, Eleanor. But we get over here to Mary, and Mary's just as bad. Like Mary carries a facade. She's Susie Homemaker, right? She's that one. I have this family. I have 2 smalls. We're crunchy. We only do organic. We walk barefoot. My kids' feet are dirty. I have a son who's on the edge of nowhere, of madness. And I have this husband who doesn't really like me and is probably having an affair. But yeah, I don't comb my hair. I brush my teeth with baking soda and lemon juice. And I'm over here. But, you're not the only one she confided in. She gets pretentious to me. And there's also an air of superiority and judgment that really came off of her in that 3rd episode. If she is in my top 3 suspects list, and I know it would be on the nose, but I think she's a menace. Dom, Mary.
Mary need a YouTube channel. Like Mary need a hobby. Because Mary's whole life is being a wife and mother, and she needs to monetize that into something to occupy her time and give her meaning, because she is pathetic. And she's not pathetic because she's a home wife and a mother. That's a very admirable way of life. She's pathetic because she's not happy with it and she's too scared to say it. And so she's over fixating in other things, and she's trying to solve this entire murder that she committed. And now it is a superiority thing because she was the real friend. She was the better friend, and you were never her friend for real. I was the real friend, and I deserved her friendship. I deserved her life. I deserved to be that big house. Like that's what this that's where it seems like this is going. It seems like Mary is being portrayed as the mentally unstable person now because she's being frantic. And it's like, and then we're going to see a shift as like, all right, Kerry Washington is going to be more and more obviously mentally ill. And then by comparison, Mary's going to seem like the same person. At least that's what they're going to try. Mary don't seem sane, and she ain't going to seem sane. She's going to just seem, she's going to be another flavor of crazy. And it's going to be, and the show is probably going to be one of the episodes where it's like, you know how we watch Game of Thrones, and it's like at the end, it's like, we keep just changing who's king, and there's been 15 kings, and it just keeps revolving. It's like, well, it's called the Game of Thrones. What did you expect? It's like, this is called Imperfect Women, so all of these women are going to be raggedy. And all of these women are going to, it's like, even when we find out who the killer, that doesn't mean all these other people are great. It's just like, all of you are bad. This is this person that just took it a step further. And it's going to be like the Power, or Who Killed Ghost. Like, everybody tried. It's just, he got there first. And it's just, that's how this season going to end. It's just like, y'all could have killed her. Mary just got to it first.
Critical, I don't buy chemistry between any of these people. I don't buy the chemistry between any of them. Maybe young Frank Lucas and Kerry, that one scene when they was doing some hunching. But outside of that, I don't buy that these people would ever be friends. And I think there's a way to be flawed and be friends. I'm flawed and I have friends, and they're flawed too. So I know that there's a way for that to be. But no, I don't buy that these people even like each other. Tyra, Mary?
Okay. Maybe that
Alfred
first episode. Offered child, these little dresses.
Alfred.
Once we saw her and she had this white dress on, I said she did it. The moment we saw her, you know how I am in a scene, Ashley, when someone's eating an apple. I'm like, oh, they did it. She did it. Like, why are you wearing this ice white homely ass dress, Mary? I thought either she did it, and I thought her son was awkward as hell. I said, if you didn't do it, your son did it, and you're trying to cover up and trying to be involved in the case to see where it is, how it's going, because I don't want to get caught and I don't want my son to get caught. It was just off-putting. But I really want Mary to have some stock in this and be diabolical, because there's no reason that you should be this invested just off the strength of, well, I'm the good friend. There's no way in hell. She's obsessed. The way they called Kerry all frantic, like, you need to get down. And she's like, well, wait, I'm not a suspect. Like, girl, we didn't call you for that. You need to come get Mary. She's down here doing the freaking most. Like, she's like a dog with a bone. And, it could give, well, she is a stay-at-home mom. She doesn't have much going on. But it's like she's waited her whole life for this friend to die so she could have something to do. I want it to be, this is all a facade and something that I'm putting on to appear that I care enough. And it's not hard to do, because I don't buy any of their friendships, even her in adjacence to Nancy. You really care that much about Nancy? It really matters that much to you? I really don't think so. You're really jealous at the fact that I was the better friend. I was the good friend. You even wanted her husband, and she told you things that she didn't even share with me. Do you really? I just don't think she cares enough. And I don't know if that's just a testament to the show and their lack of giving them time to really fester in the friendship and get into some chemistry and some my girlfriends type energy. I just don't believe she cares. Now, I would care if I was involved. I would care if my son or somebody, because Kerry did say I'd barely be. It's just not interesting. But a part of her alibi was going to pick up her son from where again? Eleanor went to pick up Mary's son because he did something, and she's like, I don't want him.
He owes people some money. He was like in a pool house, and he owes people some money, and she went to go get him, I guess.
Yeah, and it's like, well, I don't want, anyone to be upset or want him involved in this. Let's just keep it hush hush. I wouldn't want his parents to find out. And then that's just where that is. It's just something really off with the family dynamic, and it's not as great as it is. It's like, oh, I'm just a bored housewife and I'm trying to be a good friend. No, the husband does give cheating. He's off, on a business trip. You know that scene in Harlem Nights where he get with Sunshine and it's like, hey, yeah, I ain't never coming home. I think it's too coochie. He's 2 coochies away from calling Mary and saying, I ain't never coming home. She's tired. She's sick of those kids. She hates it there. She hates it there. And I think she wants us to believe that, I'm happy with my life and this is what I chose. And you, Kerry, you've been the one. You're a bad person. You always wanted Robert and da. But me, I'm giving off this air of perfection. Like, no, I think she's miserable and she did something. What she did, I don't know. But you can't tell me you just heavily committed to finding and solving Nancy's murder because she was my friend. No, you did something.
And she always looks frazzled and unkempt. And you know how I feel about a frazzled, unkempt person on the shows. They can't be trusted 9 times out of 10. But one of the big themes to me that was super evident was, of course, the facade of friendship. And by the time we get to the end of episode 3, none of these hoes liked each other. If my friend is crying, screaming, saying, I need your help tonight. I need you to go with me. I can't do this on my own. I'm never going to tell my real friend, get the F out of my car. Later on in episode 3, when we have the interaction between Mary and Eleanor, I'm not going to put my friend out my house. Like, I'm not going to do that. Like, fiery. I'm not going to that we're having right now. I'm not doing that. I really feel like my biggest issue or gripe with this show is, like we just said, I don't believe any of these people were friends ever. And it's not even a situation where I thought, oh, well, maybe they were friends in a time and just outgrew each other. And now they're these well-developed people and they're just growing in different directions. No, they're all still very broken, damaged. And we're just friends on paper. We do our birthday dinners together. You come over to birthdays and anniversaries and events. But you don't really know me and I don't know you. Tyra?
Is it a facade on purpose? I would think just the base of the show, they want us to believe that they're friends. Like, I'm like, did I miss something? Because it's just not present from the moment that we meet them. I felt that way before we got the whole, I need you to come with me, friend. I'm desperate. I can't do this alone. I never felt like they were friends. From the moment that lady dropped, she went and prioritized Robert, and we had Mary prioritize solving the case. It's just I don't know. I'm hoping that there's a purpose to it. I'm really hoping that this is a series that has like a really significant turnaround. It's just like, oh man, I didn't see that coming. That was good. But I know it's not. But I know it's not, and that's just sad. I don't. And this is Elisabeth Moss and Kerry Washington. We can find friendship chemistry in a snowstorm. It isn't. I think it's a testament to the writing and what they're having them act out in the dialogue in the scene. I think it's subtracting because they can act like they could fake it, even if it's supposed to be the facade of a friendship. That's the thing you do. You fake it till you make it. Even if we are fake work friends, you don't know we fake work friends until I tell you so. Any other time, I'm putting on those airs and I'm pretending, but behind your back, or maybe when I have a little 4-way, 3-way phone call and I'm on the phone with Mary and you're like I'm saying something else. There's not even like the pretending. She said, "Get out of my house." She said, "You home wrecker. Get out of here. I always knew you would be this way." But between that, I don't know. I'm just hoping there's something bigger at play here, or else this is just a trash series, and that would devastate me because y'all wasted these folks.
And wasted our time. Dom, is this a facade of friendship? Are we to believe that these people were really friends, or is it supposed to land the way that it's landing for everyone?
It just can't be, because I know I said earlier that Pretty Little Liars did this better, and they did we were really friends before, but then we grew into something different better too. But even like in movies where you only get 2 hours to do it, The Best Man shows like, okay, we're friends and we've been friends for a long time. Now we don't see each other as often, but you still get the chemistry and you get the camaraderie and you get the history. Even if we're different now and we got our issues, you feel the history. We all met today on the first day of set, and that's how it plays. Like with line read, clink glass. Like that's how it feels. And I almost got, and these characters are just too stock. Like I said before, these characters feel like we made archetypes and we made general categories for what these characters are going to be, and then we just stopped there. And we was like, all right, cast them and let's start. And we didn't develop them any deeper or make them any more complex. Nobody's complex in this show at all. Elizabeth Moss I thought she was going to get there when she was going off on Kerry Washington, and she was talking about sacrifice and what real marriage is, what real sacrifice is. And she was like, my husband is in Ohio. And I thought she was going to say, it deep inside somebody else, and I got to deal with that for my family. I thought she was going to go off, and I was about to be like, "Oh, okay, now we're here." Now I was going to be sad for the rest of the series if that was what she said. But she was like, "He getting another job, and we might move to Ohio."
We might have to move. Sacrifice.
Woe is me. Is the dad?
She said all of that, and it's all under the umbrella of like you cheating, low down, dirty heifer, ruining, and my friend. And Kerry goes, "You're moving." That's all you took away from that.
That's all. Yeah. Like, wait, Ohio?
You could move.
This can't be. Like the facade, there was always supposed to be a facade, and we were always supposed to get underneath it because that's the tagline of the show. It's like they shared everything with each other but their secrets. And that's the tagline for the show. So there was supposed to be like this veneer of friendship and then layers underneath it. But there's not a veneer. There's mannequins. Their friendship, I believe their friendship as much as I think of a Forever 21 mannequin as an actual model. Like that's the level of friendship. That's the level of surface level they got. I don't got it. I can't see it. And they wasting these people because Kerry Washington was doing her acting. Like in this last episode when she was driving and she was doing all the face stuff, and when she was doing her speech, and she had to catch herself because she was drifting off into the memory and she brought herself back. That was good acting for some terrible writing and a terrible character. Like she was trying. I don't hate on kids. She was doing it, but it wasn't there. It wasn't there to be done.
I think it's going to boil down to writing at this point and the story in and of itself. And And again, and maybe they're trying to go a different direction, but let's get over here, because this is just 3 of the iterations, the lives of Kerry Washington in movies. Of course, Olivia Pope. Of course, over here is Eleanor, and then we had her in Unprisoned, all in proximity to white man and this desire for different reasons, right? In Unprisoned, it's because I want the exact opposite of my father, who's a black man. Over here in this show, it's giving, I want this white man because he never chose me, and now's my time to be chosen by this white man. And then we know Olivia Pope best over in Scandal, you know, with Fitz and a myriad of other white men, but married white men is her flavor. Storyline fatigue, the Kerry Washington trope. At this point, this is her trope because it's a combination probably of a couple. We can go over there with the Jezebel, which is a, you know, hyper sexualized black woman, right? That we see in she's gonna take your man, and she's gonna be a seductress and all of those things, wrapped in a mammy, because I'm here to serve. My blackness is here to serve your whiteness and get you where you need to be. For Fitz, I'm covering your sins, Fitz. I'm going to work this out for you. Over here, it's very much the same thing. In Prison, she was trying to fix everybody, right? And so we kind of see an amalgamation. And then also kind of, again, and she's not a mulatto, but bordering, tinging on the tragic mulatto trope, which is my life will never be fulfilled inherently because of who I am. I am not good enough. I don't know my lane. I don't know my purpose in this world. So I am forever floundering. I'm tired, boss. And Dom did a really good video the other day about, what was it? One battle after another. Go to his TikTok, y'all, if y'all aren't over there. And he talked about depiction versus kind of like someone putting their stamp of approval on something. Dom, I'm tired of this depiction, period. I don't want to see it. Like, give me a break. Give me at least a couple years. Give me some space between. Like, we've seen these tropes perpetuated year over year over year over year. I think there's more room. I think creativity is bigger than this. I think we have more room and ways to go. And I was tired, boss. Talk to me, Dom. Does it get repetitive? How do you feel about this?
What Kerry Washington is doing is very specific choice, because we can have a conversation over the depiction of black women and why they like the Zoe Saldanas of, well, I mean colored women, but just women of color, because like Zoe Saldana has been criticized a lot for always having to have a white love interest. She did one black dude in Drumline, one black dude in Takers, and say there's whites all the way from here. But there's at least an argument for her, because she also got bigger and bigger roles, and so there's an argument to say that that's what she needed to do in order to get those roles. Like, in order to sell you to a mass audience in a movie, you got to be with a white. And so whether we agree with it or not, there's at least outside element that we have to consider when we talk about that. What Kerry Washington is doing is a very deliberate choice of not just a white man, not just a white love interest, a married white man. And she's almost like a super mammy or a super Jezebel, because typically in the Jezebel trope, like they don't have any agency. Like they usually don't have any other choice. Like they're a slave to this higher power that has control over them. But Olivia Pope, all of Kerry's roles, I only made it 3 episodes in Unprisoned because it wasn't funny. But in this and in Scandal, she has all the power. She's a very powerful person. She has a lot of resources. She has a lot of access, and she can make stuff move, and she can make stuff happen. And then all of that gets turned to mush for the white man. It's either turned to help the white man, or just is ineffectual when it comes to the white man. Either one. And so it's like you got superpowers and you still choose to do this. And these are roles. You can make the argument that Scandal was a job that she had to take because of where she was in her career. You can make that argument. Cool. But she was an executive producer on everything she did after that. She had creative control over Unprisoned. She had creative control over this. She could have not done this. She could have just been executive producer and collected a producer check. She could have not had to act in this role. She chose, and like Tyra said earlier, she could have been the Elisabeth Moss character. She could have been the housewife. She could have been the homely person. We could have seen her with unfurled hair and a muumuu, and we'd have been like, "Oh, this is out of step for her." But no, she was like, "Oh, there's a tall, lanky, rich, powerful white man that I can lust after, and he's married. That's the role for me." Matter of fact, put all these other people to the side. Take away some of Elisabeth Moss lines because I need a sex scene, and give me those heels. I'm keeping heels on to try and recreate that boot sex scene from Scandal. Like this is a choice for her, and I don't know what it is. She can talk to somebody about that because, like you said, I'm tired of seeing it. And I don't have a defense for this. Like one battle after another, and like the real world choices we got to make in the culture and in the industry. I can have a conversation about that. But this, when you got all the choices in the world and you choose to do this, I ain't got nothing for you.
Tyra, talk to me. Storyline fatigue, the Kerry Washington trope of it all.
I'm tired. I'm so tired. And we watch a lot of stuff, especially myself, as in, I love a good classic OG. If it's Black, I'm there. So we've been here. I feel like we came up with Kerry, and there was like a switch that went off after everything that followed Miss Olivia Pope and Scandal. But even like prior to that, for some reason, I don't know why, we decided to kind of lean into the sex siren energy of it all, because even if it's not her and adjacent to someone who's married, a lot of her roles revolve around some type of cheating, some infidelity, or just having a Jezebel spirit about herself. And of course, that comes along with plenty of sex, because Kerry gonna give you some sex, okay? And I love a good sex scene, so I love Kerry. But there comes a point, in your career where once you kind of want to elevate because you have the power to do so now. Because a lot of that just kind of gave Kerry indie darling for quite some time, and she was very selective. We always knew that she could act and she was capable of more, but the roles maybe just weren't there. And I remember people being really, really happy when she got that long run as Olivia Pope on Scandal. As problematic as it was like, that's that. But the moment that we walk away from this, we're going to go on to bigger and better things. And, we have a choice. She's doing this like she doesn't have a choice. She's doing this like she doesn't have a choice. I between this and any time that I ever hear about Kerry, if it's not her on the red carpet trying to serve a look, it's about those goddamn faces when she goes viral. Hopefully we get one here. It's the Kerry Washington cry faces. But outside of the Kerry Washington cry face, the main thing I hear about Kerry is that Kerry's husband and Tony, aka Fitz, their spouses must be hella strong, because they're always having moments of borderline, baby, y'all know the show's over, right? Why are we having, I think we just had something recent where she called him up and he was in the drive-thru. He's like, well, hold on, I'm in the drive-thru with my wife. We're talking. And he was like, but I got time for you. What do you need, Kerry? I can talk and do whatever you like. It's just like, so Fitz. Hey, Tim. It's just very, very, there's just like a line that's being crossed. Like reality is being blurred. Like, you know, you're not that, right? Okay, fine. So when we get here, and it's just like, girl, again, Kerry? I don't know. Even if we did want to do this with this character and we wanted to give this trope, they could have hired someone else. And like Dom said, it could have been, an EP credit, and it could have been that. But it feels like Kerry has internalized this. It's like, well, why would we call anybody else? I'm so good at it. I'm so good at it. This is my shtick. Like I'm good at this. Like why would we, like, I'm gonna give you sex scene. I hate this for her. I long to see her in something appropriate where she can really give us her acting chops in a role that's not an adjacent to that. And I think it's been a fine line of like projects where it just felt like something fell off the shelf with certain roles. Because I remember Kerry being in like really, really, really real Black spaces. And then once we crossed that threshold and we weren't over there anymore with the roles that we were getting, it was, well, okay, now that I'm over here, I have to act and be a certain way and play a certain stereotype. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why at this point in her career she wouldn't see this role as not so much beneath her, but you know what? Like, yeah, I'm kind of I don't want to do this one. I would rather take this one and maybe challenge what's expected of me. No, we went over here and we did this. And I'm sorry. I don't want to see anybody else between Carrie's legs. I don't care.
And I appreciate that, Kwana, and I'm going to read your comment in just a moment. I get it. The industry is I think it goes back to what you guys both have throughout the discussion, and that's the fact that once you attain a certain level of stardom, right, you have choices. And the things that you did back in the day, you don't necessarily have to do unless you choose or want to. And I know, people are artists and they're sensitive about their ish. But I will say, I've seen range from Kerry in other projects, other not so far distant projects, like Little Fires Everywhere. I think is a great show. If y'all need to see her in something, I think that's a great different type of representation and different type of story. And maybe if this character was more nuanced, right, and we got into the complexity of what it is to be Black and privileged, but still not accepted in white spaces, that could land. But right now it gives tropes to me. But maybe we should really dive deep this, because maybe she feels like she doesn't, because she is the only Black woman who like routinely has a show. She's trying to compete with Reese, and but can you really your white woman counter? Yeah, like Reese is totally different. Like, we've known Reese as a kid, and so not only that, she was like America's sweetheart. We grew up with Reese Witherspoon, and she's also white. So is there ever a competition? Like, can a Black actress in 2026 compete with a white actress in 2026 on that same level? As far, I don't know. You guys, what do you think?
I think I get what she's saying, in the sense of like, maybe she does have to, because I was saying that she doesn't have to do this. And she was saying, well, maybe she does have to because she's consistently had a show. She consistently had something on TV since Scandal. And so maybe this is, and then she was like, well, who else does? What other Black lady is on TV as consistently as the lead as much as Kerry Washington? And I think there's something to look at there, sure. But you can't tell me. I find it hard to believe that at this point in 2026, when you can't go to somebody, whether it's Apple, whether it's because also Kerry Washington got good credit everywhere. She came to HBO and did Confirmation, where she played the lady that Clarence Thomas assaulted, and Anita Hill, and she did amazing. Yeah, Uncle Ruckus, and she did amazing, and that was really good for HBO. And then she did Hulu, she did Little Fires Everywhere. She got good credit on every streaming service. You can't tell me that she can't pick a show and be like, this is what I want to do in the show. I find that hard to believe that somebody ain't gonna give Kerry Washington a show, because she got such a history. And you don't gotta have a love interest in the show. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can be a show, and it's like, you got Reasonable Doubt over there, and it's all Black over there. Everybody Black over there, and so you can do a show where it's like, well, Michael Ealy is halfway, so we can slide with Michael Ealy, and that'll be the crossover appeal. But I don't believe that she just has to do this in order to work. I don't believe that.
I don't think Kerry wants to reside in a fully Black space. I think she's made it her mission at a certain point of her career to cross over, and maybe crossing into, and not to say, she's rejecting, but something as heavy as like an all Black show. Kerry Washington on an all Black show.
No, I wasn't saying that. She ain't looking for that.
I don't think it's that at all. I feel like she has the power and the name behind her in the backing to make a choice. If she doesn't, that is completely unfortunate. But the fact that she has been so consistent and we see her on TV and she has a show means that someone sees value in you. Because we could have a lot of names that has just as much history and longevity as a career as Kerry has had, and they could walk in a room and say, I want X, Y, and Z, and these are my terms, and they will look at you crazy. We got Oscar winners, they would look at them, no, we can't give you that because we don't know that you're bankable in that way. Nobody's when I said I'm showing up for Kerry. When the trailer drops, I'm showing up for Kerry Washington. I love everybody here, but I'm showing up for Kerry Washington because Kerry's name gives a stamp of, oh, this is probably going to be really good. But it's like it's written. Is it also written in the contract? Well, at this point, I have to be laid up with a white love interest. That's what is given right now. With how often we see it, that's just what it feels like. And I mean, that's just that's disheartening because we want to see something else. I can't remember the last time I saw Kerry with the love interest that wasn't white outside of it being if it is black, it's a secondary choice. Like when we do have something like Unprisoned, where it's like, well, this married white man wasn't really working out for me, and my dad is kind of wagging the finger. My son is too. Let me go over here and give this chocolate a try. And then even here, it's kind of the same tempo. Like,
That's what she did.
I don't want you. I don't want you. I don't want you. I want this. And it's a fine line between like a life imitating art situation. I'm so glad Kerry has a black husband. I'm so glad. She
don't want no good black man in none of these shows.
Yeah, but
in movies she does. Like she technically had a black husband in Django. She technically did that movie Didn't Nobody See, Shadow Force, where she had the French guy. It was the Prime movie.
The dude who plays Lupin.
But also to the comments point, them stuff that nobody watched. So I'm not talking about Django, but she wasn't really in Django. But didn't nobody watch that Shadow Force movie? And so
but it's also about where it is and the quality of what you're putting out. If you put the same energy that you're putting here as an EP behind something that's really well written, has just as much of a great cast, people are going to show up. They are. I feel like they are. But I feel like this is where she.
We showed up to the Women's Army Corps. We showed up to the Women's Army Corps.
Women, welcome to the Women's Army Corps. Like, oh God, Tyler Perry, please. Tyler Perry, please.
Yeah.
But even with that, baby, I know Tyler paid Kerry a pretty penny to be over there. Like, this is just where she wants to reside, and I don't even feel like it's a draw. Whatever this book was, and however we got to the point of we're making a show and you're going to be an EP, Kerry said, "Oh, that's my role right there. I know my role. I'm going to play this one because I'm so good at it." But I just wanted to be acknowledged that you could be so good at so many other things, and it could be really great and interesting to see outside of this so often. Yeah.
It could just.
I saw you.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, even if she ain't got to do a whole 180, get you a white man and just get you a single white man. Like, we could do baby steps. Like, we could just do a single white man. Like, we can just do that. A non-problematic situation would be a step in the right direction at this point.
I don't want to see it no more. I'm sorry.
At this point, choices are being made, and she's making her choices. I'm very, very sure of it at this point. And maybe now it's typecast. Back in the 90s, the actors wanted to be typecast because they knew they was going to get consistent work for said type.
Mm-hmm.
But now, easing on over here, who did it? Marcus did it. June offered, her son did it. That's my opinion. Immediately out of the gate, that was my thought. That's why he's here big. But of course, we have the known suspects. We have Mary, we have Eleanor, we have Robert, and I just added Marcus for good measure because I honestly think that it's him. He's deranged. I know crazy when I see it. When he came on the screen disheveled, my son need to volunteer because he's going through. You need to see how the other people live. I said, he is the other people. I believe something's wrong with him. The darkness around his eyes. He did something. He is tied to it, in my opinion. Tyra, who did it?
You know, I thought the same thing. We said it when we saw him. He gave, what was that we watched with gosh, what is that show we watched? We talked about it with Quanta. He looked just like that Raggedy Son, just disheveled and a hot mess, like a little druggie. Was it Deception? What was it called? Deliverance?
Disclaimer.
Disclaimer. It was a D somewhere. He looked just like the son in Disclaimer. Say, what drugs have you been doing? What crack house did you come from, sir? I immediately thought it was that, and then it doubled down a bit when Offord got so involved. And it's like, oh, you're trying to, you know, that's the main thing anybody who's a part of the murder tries to do. They try to get themselves involved and stay close to the case so they can know what's going on. She gave that. So I thought it was that. I think with Robert, we're going to go down the rabbit hole of why, all of the reasons why it could be him. And he's just going to be awful in the way that poor Eleanor could never, you know, expect. And we're going to get into all these disgusting family secrets, but it's going to be, oh, it's that, but he didn't do that. Okay, well, who did it? It damn sure ain't Eleanor. Eleanor too busy not getting out of her own way and out of her own head, all about Robert and the what we could have been if you would have just picked me way back when in college to be that. But are you skillful and smart enough to make sure you're not implicated in the murder? Like, I just would prefer that us go over there, but from what we're getting, I feel like it's Offord and her son, which is disappointing because nobody wants to guess the mystery before we get there. And even if we do, you want to have multiple options like, well, actually, it could be. No, it's June and her son, or just June.
Yeah, I think I'm heavy.
Yeah, I mean, it's either June or her son, or June and her son. Like because it's reminding me a little bit of like a worse version of that Jessica Biel show, The Better Sister, with her and the yeah, on Prime, and where it was like it kind of was it just seems like it was like it's the son. But the mom tried to cover it up, but oh, she wasn't really dead. So the mom bashed her head in the skin because we got to go ahead and make her dead now too. So now we both implicated. Like it just, I don't care. That's the answer. Is I don't care. Because with a murder mystery or with any type of mystery, half of the gratification is who done it, like who actually did it. But then also the journey of like how we got here, of like the why of it all is important. Like with Smoke, like when you had the not the main arsonist, but the black man arsonist, like the progression of we knew who he was, but getting to know him and his mentality behind why he would set these fires was fascinating. And I don't care about none of these folk. I don't care about none of these people. I'm not invested in their lives being not what they wanted. I don't care if their lives are being destroyed. I don't care. And I'm the person who, and I'm a staunch person of like, I like seeing drama with wealthy people. I don't like seeing drama with poor people because they got enough problems. So if you're gonna show me drama or horror or murder, show it to me with rich folk because they got time. But these rich folk are boring. I don't care about none of these folk. It's just but it's Offred and Offspring.
Offord and Offspring.
We'll get over here. Any predictions for the future of this series? Are you guys going to keep watching after this? Do you proceed with the series? Are you done with it? Watching? Any predictions, Dom?
I'm gonna watch episode 4, and episode 4 gonna tell me if episode 4 give me the episode 5, then I'll go ahead with the whole series. But the episode is a lot hanging on this episode. My predictions is that Kerry Washington's outfits are going to get worse. Her hairstyle is going to get worse. Her face is going to get like this is. There's never been a time in my life since from Sage Last Dance to Little Fires Everywhere. There's never been a time in my life where I did not enjoy looking at Kerry Washington until this show. I am like, what are we doing? Because she looked like in this picture you got right here, she looked like Cookie's mama. Like she's about to play Cookie's mama from Empire. Like I don't understand what we're doing, and I don't enjoy it. But like I said, I think that we're gonna see her still progression, deterioration of her mental state, and we'll see how crazy she actually is, and then we'll see June do more to like distract it from her being having blood on her hands, and I think the husband, he's definitely, I think he's a creep. I don't think he's like a violent person. Well, I believe he's violent because he did that painting dirty, but I don't think that he's got a hand in the murder. I don't think he got anything to do with the murder. I just think he got something else in his closet. I think he a creep. He's just something else that is gonna come out, and it's like, oh, I wish it was just murder. Like that's his story, but that's it.
Yeah, he's a trafficker, Dom. He's a trafficker. That's my only prediction. I know he's in the illegal underground business. I know Robert is into some nefarious skull and crossbones secret society. Had a hose up at the Epstein Island. He's over there with that kind of
so much more than what it is.
I don't know. Yeah, because I don't think he's none of that. Because I think he's like, and it's funny because we keep comparing it to Scandal, but I think he's a more pathetic version of Fitz in the sense of like he just do whatever his family tell him to do. And he's just a wimp, and he's an ineffectual man, and he probably take it out on like little boys, little girls, something like that. Like he get it out in some other way, but he just being punked by his family, and that big old house he feel like that big old house is a jail, and he can't really be his own man and stuff like that. He got one of them sad white man stories.
Kyra, any predictions? I know this is your favorite part of the live.
You know it ain't. No, absolutely not. I want them to subvert the predictions because it's so predictable. I want June Offord Jr. to be over there committing the crime. I want Offord to be laying it low with Robert. I want shocking details. I want, it was never you. I've been hitting that since college. I just want egg on Kerry's face. I want them outfits to get even worse. Sometimes the spectacle, that little silver stocking ensemble with the silver shoes and the bow and the rope. I was like, what are you? Where are we? Between Kerry's wardrobe and the mullet butch sister from Wall Street, I don't know where we're in. I was like, what decade are we? Where are we at? There are no predictions to be had. I just want to care. I predict that I won't give a damn. I predict that the show is going to disappoint us. And I predict that we're going to come here and trash it because the way that Kerry's out here acting on the show, even though we went and did our just due and gave our side of the story and that man told me where I could go, that man could call her tonight and she's going to be over there. She's going to be over there trying to smell it. So I don't think that's the last of that. It would really help me out for her to just get in prison at the end and get framed and to have Offord and Robert walk off into the sunset together. And they have to have her looking all homely and disheveled and looking like Offord Part 5 because she's going to have an intense makeover once she gets with Robert and she's that one because she's been sleeping with him since college.
I watched that show. This show, because that ain't in this show. That ain't gonna happen in this show, but I watched that show.
Yeah, she over.
And if we keep talking about it, I keep watching it, regardless of how good it is. This is the best part of that. This is more fun than any of them 3 episodes.
Oh Lord, I'm currently looking at Marcus as the suspect. That's who we think, Marcus, the son. Now, if Frank Lucas Jr. come out his bag, if he come out his bag and he was the killer dealer, or Donovan hired somebody, because listen, I knew, me and her were having something on the slick. They're going to have to come out all the way with guns a-blazing to make this work for me. But y'all, that was it. That's all we got. That's all I got. Those are all the slides that I have for this. And, we made it work. Episode 4 will be next week. And again, that's Nancy's episode.
Sloan.
Sloan
at least knew how to dress.
Oh, 3 women all day over this show. 3 women was highly entertaining. It was highly disturbing, but it was highly entertaining to watch.
Yeah. Like the bloody shower scene
saying that room smelled like pennies. It's the best thing I ever seen on TV that year. It's the best thing ever.
Dom and the penny smell and her running around with sheets. That was a time to be had.
The bloody sheet cape. The cape. Oh my goodness. That was a time.
It was the sun falling down the where was he? Was he in a porta potty? He had fell down
He fell into the hole.
She was trying to get some.
She was trying to get tingling while she was at the park with her son.
Good time.
No,
We took that show for granted. We took it for granted. We did.
Blair Underwood confessing his undying love while right in the midst in the musty room where she was getting smashed. Oh my goodness. This is
getting
cinema.
Smashed and then she vomited on it because she was a little.
Dom said, "This is cinema. This is cinema." But y'all, that was it. Dom, I'm gonna give you the floor. Let the people know what you got going on. Anything you want the people to know.
Come Cinematic Pain, especially on TikTok. We have a good time over there right now. Like Ashley mentioned earlier, I got my defense of One Battle After Another up, and it's getting everybody up in arms. But again, I just be explaining why I'm right. My defense of One Battle After Another. And then tomorrow, well, it might be up tonight, but look for it tomorrow for my video of Michael B. Jordan's. We're talking about his $18 million that he asked me for now that he got his Oscar. That's what we're going to talk about later.
Okay, all right, 18 million. Get your money, Michael B. Tyra, anything you want to let people know tonight? What you want to let people know?
You already know. Be there tomorrow. We are talking about the finale of Love Story. Y'all, I can't wait to talk about the show. I feel like Ashley's going to cry, not me. But I feel like it's going to be so good. Be there for that. Be sure to hit the like button and hype us up, especially if you want us to come back for these raggedy ass women, because the show was not good. And I doubt episode 4 is going to give us anything.
And don't put them tears on me. I'm not going to cry. I'm an OG, triple OG. I'm bracing myself for that. I'll probably cry on the pit tonight before I cry for them people.
I'm definitely crying on the pit, boy.
But we're going to see. But thank y'all for coming through. Thank you for supporting the live. Let us know how you felt about it. Does this show have potential? Is it going anywhere? Were we hard on it? Drop it in the comment section after the live post and let us know how you feel. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you. Like, comment, subscribe, hype the video, do all the things. And we will see y'all in the next video.
I can let my life pass me by. Lifetime.